This is F5 day 1 and we're introducing the long U sound, and we're using the E again at the end of the word to make the previous vowel make its long sound U. So we've got t, u, b, tube, k, u, b, cube, k, u, t, cute, f, u, fume, d, u, dune, t, u, tune, d, u, k, duke, u, z, use, f, u, z, fuse, h, u, j, huge. So the E is making that word that U make its long sound. If we didn't have the E there, it would say tub, cub. But with the E, it's saying that tube. You can highlight from the U to the E in all of those words, because that's going to remind you that that U is making its long sound. We've also going over a couple of things here, revising them. We've got, after a long sound, we know we just use a K for the K sound. And here, we know that S usually makes a sound Z, especially at the end of a word when it's followed by an E. So we've got use, fuse, it's not saying S. Huge, whenever we have a G followed by an E, it's going to make it say the J sound, huge, because English words can't end with J. Let's look at what these words mean now. A tube is something that it could be a tube of toothpaste, or it could be like a cylinder where you have a tube, like a pipe or something. A cube is a box shape made up of square sides and top and bottom. Cute, a baby is cute, a little puppy is cute. Fume is like the smell of something, so the fumes that come away from a factory. Your mum might wear perfume, which is a nicer smell. You get fumes from a fire, or if you burn something, it's not really a very nice smell sometimes. Dune is like a hill of sand. So if you go to the beach, sometimes you'll see sand dunes. They're hills made of sand. Tune, you can play a tune on a piano or a guitar. You could sing a little tune. It's like a little song. A duke is a title. So you could have a duke and a duchess. It's a title that's given to someone very special, usually of a royal family. Use is something that you may use all the time. It's could be a pen or a pencil. We also have things that we do that we should use, our manners, for instance. Fuse is like a little piece of wiring that when it breaks, it stops the electrical current going through so we don't get hurt. So if there was a problem with the electricity, this little fuse would heat up and break so that you wouldn't get hurt from the electricity. It can also mean to join things together. Huge is something big, like an elephant. Now we're going to read these words, sound them, spell them, and then write them 3 times. So let's have a look. We've got tube, t-u-b, t-u-b, T-U-B-E, 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 cover it and write it 3 times. See if you can write it without looking. You can say the letters as you go, T-U-B-E. You can finish the rest of those on your own. This is F5, day 2, and we're revising the long U sound. So what we've done is we put an E on the end of a short word to make the previous vowel long. So we've got t-u, tube, k-u, cube, k-u, cute, f-u, fume, d-u, dune, t-u, tune, d-u, duke, use, f-use, h-u, So we've also got a couple of extra things in here that we're revising. So we know after a long vowel sound, we put a K for the K sound. Now, SE at the end of a word quite often makes the S say Z. So we've got use, fuse, and that's very, very common. And huge, when we have an E after a G, we know it makes it make it soft sound j. Okay, let's read the word, sound the word, spell it and copy it. We've got tube, T-U-B-E, cover it and write it. And you can do the others on your own. Down here it says, write the list word to match the meaning. To be angry, would it be cube, huge, dune, fume, tube? It would be fume. So you can do the rest of those on your own. Fill in the gap with the missing list word. The puppy is cute. I can slide down the sand. We can sing You can finish those off. They're fairly easy for you to read. We've used words that you've already learnt. Copy the word, then match the picture. Is it a cube or a cub? The word that we want is the list word is cube. And then you have to draw a line to the picture. You can finish the other two off on your own. Join two words to make a new word and write them. So we have ice cube, sand dune, useless. So sometimes when we have two words that we always use together, eventually over time we join those words together to make one word, and that's called compound word. You can finish that page. This is F5, day 3, and in this list we're learning that the E at the end of a word may make the previous vowel long, and we have a consonant in between it. So here we're talking about the long U sound. So we've got t-u-b, tube, k-u-b, cube, k-u-t, cute, f-u-m, fume, d-u-n, dune, t-u-n, tune, d-u-k, duke, use, f-use, fuse, h-u-j, huge. So we also know that after a long vowel sound we just use a K, like in duke. When we have SE at the end of a word, it quite often makes the Z sound, use, fuse. And when we have GE, a G followed by an E, it makes the G say J. So let's go through and see what we have to do on this page. You know you have to read it, sound it, spell it, write it. So like t-u-b, T-U-B-E, cover it and write it. You can do the rest of those on your own. Here we've got comparatives and superlatives. So when we add to a word, it means more. And when we add est to a word, it means the most. Now if a word ends in E, we don't have to add another E. All we have to do is add the R. So you've got cute, cuter, cutest, huge, huger, hugest. We don't say this a lot, but it is a real thing. Singular, plural. So if something's singular, it means there's only one of it. If it's a plural, it means there's more than one. And when something means more than one, we usually add an S. So the singular of dunes would be dune. The plural of tube would be tubes. And you know you just add the S at the end. Cube, cube. So that's a nice easy one for you. These are verb families here, which mean all these words are verbs. So we've got tune. The base word of users would be use. The base word of cubed would be cube. So we've got tune, use, cube. Then you have to add an S to those base words. So you're going tunes, users, cubes. Here you're adding the ing to those base words. And you have to remember here, E goes away when ing comes to stay. So you can see by using here, we've got US, the E went away, and we've just written the ing in. When you're adding ED to the end of a word, and there's already an E there, all you have to do, you'll see here, is add the D. You don't have to add another E. You can finish off that little table on your own. Proofreading, you have to circle the correct word and rewrite it. So is it cute or cute? We know this is how you spell cute, so just circle it and write it on the line. Down the bottom it says write the correct word in the gap. I saw a cute or cute, that's not a real word, we know that you never have W in a word. Lion, cub or cube. So you have to write in the correct word for each of those little sentences. It goes on. I saw a cute lion cub near the tree. Put in alphabetical order. We've got, let's say the alphabet and see if any of these words start with that letter as we say it. A, no. B, no. C, yes, first one would be cube. So we'd write that in. Now I've highlighted these two words here because the first two letters in both of these words are the same. So when the first letter is the same, we look to the second letter. If that's the same, then we have to look to the third letter. So in these two words, we have to look to the third letter. We've got an M and an S. So which one of those comes first in the alphabet? Fume would come before fuse. You can write out that whole set of words into alphabetical order. Don't forget to go back and highlight the special sound in all the words. This is F5, day 4, and we're revising the long U, A, I, O and U sound, and the way we're making those letters make their long sound, as you can see, we're putting an E on the end of the short word. So there's a consonant missing in between each of those vowels and the E. So first thing we're going to do is to go through and choose a colour for each of these ladybirds. And each ladybird has a different long vowel sound on it. So if you go through and colour them, so you're going to need 6 of each colour. So there's 1, 2, 3. You can find the rest of them when you found all of them and coloured all of these words to suit the ladybirds. And you have to write the words in on the ladybird's back. So we've got gave. You're going to have to write quite small and neatly so that your teacher can read it. Save, so each little spot is for a different word. You can finish the rest of that on your own.